All right, we're playing Oswald. So, I decided to show the deck creation process this time. I don't know how much insight there is in me doing that because I have no experience with this commander, obviously. But I think it will be interesting to see the conclusions I come to relative to what other people may or may not run in their Oswald deck. So let's do that. It has some basics, obviously. It's mono white. You know how I feel about monocolored decks, if you watch my stuff. But we're going to give it a shot. I like the fact that Oswald kind of draws you cards still, so it's not the end of the world that you're mono white. You can still kind of get away with it. It's pretty cool. You can run the Faceless Haven Book of Exalted Deeds. It is an artifact. Alright, we'll do that. Can also run the other one, 9 Live Solemnity. There might be some play in doing that as well. But we'll see. I would like to cheese and Feel the Dead somehow. I think it's possible. Inventors Fair is another one. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this is pretty much how I go about making a deck here. So I guess I'll focus on artifacts first. Well, it has to be white, so I guess I'll see what I don't own, because I don't think yeah, Esper Sentinel. I think that's pretty important. Let's craft one of those. Portable Hull, maybe? It kills Brawl and Keenan. But then you don't really want to sacrifice it to Oswald, though. Excuse me. So I don't know. Sacrificing your O-rings doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'll run the book. Mox Amber seems good. Mox Amber, like 0 mana artifacts kind of have play because then you can start the chain and then get like a 1 and a 2. Which is weird because if you get this with an like you sacrifice Ornithopter, you get Chromatic Sphere. It is 1 more, right? Yeah. You don't want to sacrifice the Chromatic Sphere to draw a card. So I don't know, it seems kind of strange. You want to just sacrifice it for a 2 mana rock, right? Usually or something. Or just a 2 mana artifact. So I don't like cards being pulled in 2 different directions like that. You could always sacrifice Portable Hull if you feel like you can deal with whatever you exiled later. Also, if you exile a commander, it doesn't actually go under Portable Hull. So it becomes useless once you do what it does, right? So with that in mind, I suppose I like it a little bit more now. Ooh, I like Myr too. I always felt like this card should be like way bigger than it is, because like the art just makes it look swole. But it's just a 1/1. Like the stats on Myr are the same as the token it creates. And look at the little baby token. She's Pargnoodle. She's Pergante with a baby Myr or something. And the Myr's the same stats as like the mom. Well, you know, given my human interpretation of Myr. I don't know. I like this card. Sunset Pyramid. I think it's underplayed. And we're focusing on artifacts, so I think we're going to run it. Same with this, Spare Supplies. I like this a lot. It draws a card. I don't draw a second card off of it. But can always find something spicy with it. Crucible's weird. I don't know. I'm not. If there's an artifact card that makes your stuff come in untapped or something, like he's not an artifact himself though. Because the blue-green chick that's basically a birthing pod has like a chain of creatures that she can like ramp up to like untap her, and she can get something big every time. Um. Mystic Forge? It has to be colorless? No, it can also be artifacts, and there's a couple white artifacts. I don't know how much of the deck will actually be like white cards. Paradox Engine. No, you have to cast a spell for that. That seems... Meteor Golem. God Pharaoh statue. I don't know about Akroba's Memorial. Maybe? I feel like I'm always getting Meteor Golem, but I guess in certain decks that's good. Immortal Sun seems alright as well. This is another 0. Platinum Angel. If I could get a way to give Platinum Angel Invasion, I'd be very happy. I feel like we're no, we're not really missing it, but 37. Aetherworks Marvel. No, because it. Oh, I like Perilous Myr too. I like that. I like Prism. I think I have... Yep, that one. It draws a card. I can sacrifice it. It doesn't filter mana in a monocolored deck, but... this one is kind of... I'm just, trying to keep in mind that everything I play is like... Every artifact has to do with my commander, right? I have to keep my commander in mind. Which means equipment probably isn't great. Because you just sacrifice it. What's the top end, though? This doesn't feel like it's worth it. You're just, like, doing all of this to try to get God Pharaoh's statue. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. This is the counters thing? Yeah. Ooh, that's good. That's good. I don't see a reason to mill myself. I'm not going to worry about that. Alright, now let's look at regular colorless cards that are not artifacts. Which is like Planeswalkers and Eldrazi. This card is kind of useless. There's a lot of artifacts. You can animate them. I believe it untaps it, right? Artifact becomes... No, it doesn't. It doesn't actually untap the thing you target. This card seems decent. The changelings are not artifact tokens. Colorless creatures, tap a permanent for colorless, add more. This seems cool. Exile all non-land permanents. So I could get this with Oswald and then threaten this ability if I feel like I'm falling behind. I don't know. I don't like blowing up my own artifacts though. If it was like all creatures maybe. Okay, I feel like I want these two. This seems like the closest I've ever been to really wanting a Platinum Angel. And I still don't think I want one. Alright, so let's... Wait, I want the compass. Alright, 50 cards. Ooh, okay, that's rare and common, sure. And then we can look at the rest of our... Just regular mono white here. I'm not going to do a life gain thing. Should I have like protection spells for Oswald? Maybe. Maybe. Ephemerate. Does that do anything? Not really. It kind of protects Oswald, but it gives him summoning sickness on your own upkeep, and that's not great. Yeah, we'll try some protection spells, I guess. I don't know how integral it is to keep him alive, because the cheap, low-cost commanders aren't as bad to have just die early. Mana Tithe. Ho ho. No one expects the Mana Tithe, dude, let me tell you. Swords to Plowshares seems good. You can sacrifice the clue token to Oswald for a 1 minute thing, or I could just crack it myself. Okay. Dawn of Hope? No, probably not. Glasket? It's another way to kill commanders, and then I can get rid of it later. That's not terrible. Okay. Very well. Rest in peace, maybe? Seems kind of weird. I like the Birth of Meletis. It also gives you an artifact, so that's cool. I'm sure most of these cards are not. Can't cast more than one spell each turn. That's probably alright. It shuts down certain deck types, and we probably won't ever be casting more than one spell a turn. And we also can still, like, get a second card into play, basically, with his ability, because that's not a spell. I swear to God, every time 5 minutes into recording, my phone goes off. But it doesn't go off any other point of the day. God forbid. Okay, so this Gideon's cool. I can prevent myself from losing certain board states. Kind of. Sort of. A little bit. We'll try it. Idyllic Tutor. Do we have any enchantments yet, other than, like, the Birth of Meletis, which I don't see myself ever getting? No, but I think we will at some point. Let's just throw it in there. Solemnity 9 lives. I could also try to do Approach the Second Sun. We don't really amass cards. Like, we're not draw. So, there's no way to... I don't even think there's an artifact I can, like, tutor for, to which then finds me Approach the Second Sun. So I don't really like it as much. Giving your opponents a straight solid... Oh, we want this. 7 turns to deal with it like instead of like 3 turns is very different. Unbreakable Formation, does that give it does. Alright, we'll try that. Do we run sweepers? Maybe? 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 This deck seems like it does one thing, kind of. Like it does one chain of artifacts every time. Which I guess means it's consistent, but I don't know if that thing you're doing is any good. I mean, I've lost to Oswald a couple times. I feel like we're light on creatures. We can get away with stuff like this. I also like the Wanderer more than I used to. It is kind of a double removal spell for big things, which there typically is a big thing. So I think we're going to try that. The non-combat damage is very specific, but if you're against a burn deck, there's like 2 of them. I guess you can do something with that. Cataclysmic Gearhulk, right? That actually seems. I glossed over it last time, but thinking about it now, it's probably really good. You can tutor up a sweeper. Seems really good. And then just put it right into play too, right? Yeah, it doesn't go to your hand. And no. Could put that in there. Put this in there. Maybe Realm Cloak Giant. Okay, I guess. I didn't see a vehicle that stood out to me. We can search for vehicle though. Attacks create 2 thingies. This flies. Crew is 4. That's not a... It costs 8 mana though. I'd have to I could sacrifice Meteor Golem. So there is a way to get it into play. I like this one too, but I'm not going to craft it. I don't think it's worth a craft. It's just a colorless lightning bolt. Which is alright. And then you can potentially swing with it. It's not terrible, but I think we're going to pass. Smuggler's Copter is not in this game. Otherwise, I think I'd put it in here. This one has my attention, though. We're already at 73 cards, and I really haven't added lands yet. Like, how many lands we have in here? 15? Oh, okay. I guess I did add a bunch of lands. Command Tower. It's funny running Command Tower in a monocolored deck, but hey, it's a Field of the Dead tick. So we do have Evolving Wilds. I mean, Solemnity 9 lives. So we'll see what happens. Can always keep that in mind. Isn't there a artifact? Yeah, this one. There's a land that gets artifacts back. I guess I can run Aether Hub. There's enough colorless cards in here that you're fine with it only tapping for white once. It's probably just fine. I don't know about Arc of Orazka. Usually don't end up ever activating this. It just costs a lot of mana to do so. It helps in like a top deck battle, but I don't think we're gonna do any proliferating. But this could just be a free card to run because we have a couple planeswalkers. It's not like the end of the world if we're running something like that. All right, how many lands is that? 30. So 36? What's our curve look like? Keeping in mind that some of the more expensive things just get tutored in for free. A lot of 1, 2, and 3s. Yeah, we can drop 2 lands probably. We have mana rocks and stuff. And the lands in the counter don't actually keep track of like flip land like this. This is a land, but it won't count it as a land in your thing. So I actually had like 42 lands or something like that for a second. So I kind of want that other enchantment, Smothering Tithe. Not Tithe Taker. What draws cards? Dawn of Hope is a recurring card draw effect. It's just incredibly expensive. It costs a lot of mana to do that. Araska is one as well. This is 2. I don't think we have enough creatures, though. Recurring card draw. Really isn't any. Unfortunately, this isn't artifact spells, it's just equipment and vehicles. Not all artifacts. Unfortunate. I guess I can run Dawn of Hope. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know we're doing it. Feels weird. This thing. Attached creatures 2 or more attacking, draw. Cast their second spell, draw. This is pretty solid. But I think he's way better as your commander than he is a random card in your deck. It's nice to have him, but you know, he dies and you just didn't do anything, and I don't know. Opponent end step just kills him, and you have no way to like continuously attempt to do that same effect. Alright, we could just probably fill in the deck with some random cheap artifacts. I'm fine with that. Enters the battlefield, draws, sacrifice it. The cycling do-nothing artifacts are... It's kind of like running Revitalizes that don't gain 3 life. And I'm not even opposed to running Revitalize. I could see myself doing it. This is probably really good. I overlooked that one. What about this? I can run both halves of this, right? That's not terrible. It also loots when my commander dies. I don't know if that's any good, but I'll just run that. I'm a fan of Arcane Encyclopedia. Most people are probably not. I think it's better than Arc of Orazca, though. But I feel like I'm going to sacrifice it if I ever put it into play, because it'll probably be my 3-mana artifact. And I don't see myself ever tutoring for it with Oswald. Seems counterintuitive. No, we'll just do treasure map. Alright, there we go. That's how I make a deck. Took me 20 minutes. Let's see what happens. Oh, right. Ugh. Yeah, I don't feel like I talk enough when I'm making the deck, so I just don't usually record myself doing it. Oh, my family wants to do a photo shoot? Like the ones you do when like you're a kid and your parents are holding you and you're all like themed. I guess my dad wants to do one. I'm 28 now. I ain't done that. I ain't done a photo shoot since I was like 2. Okay. At least they said there's going to be clothes there, though. Like the themed clothes will be there, so I don't have to like go out and rent a suit or something ridiculous. Alright, so an early commander feels weird, but I guess I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not doing anything at all with him. But if our opponent spends a turn killing him, we're fine, right? It's just really weird. Like, we're not doing anything. Even if I play this next turn, I can't activate him. Yeah, it was probably wrong for multiple reasons to cast him right now. Oh, yeah, this seems wrong. Alright, so I'm going to run out this. Get a snow-covered island. Plains, whatever. And then sauce him for 2. Could have top decked an early artifact, but I didn't. So hopefully they just go for Rada. I feel like they should. Azusa. That's unfortunate. Oh, of course. God. Gotta love it. I hate Azusa, dude. I hate Azusa when it's, like, really good. It's just emotionally upsetting. I think I'm just going to make a construct here. You know what? I don't think I've ever made a construct in my life. And I'm not going to answer Azusa. I feel like it's bait. Let's make a... boop. This does mean I got to keep track of how many artifacts I've got going on, because I would like this to be, you know, of threatening size. Alright, please do not play 2 lands off the top of your deck. Well, they played 1. Rekindling Phoenix? What on earth? Alright. So we can play land. Basically have to deal with their commander. I can lead with this, actually. And then I can tap it for the glass casket. The glasket. And then I can get rid of this. I don't really care about Rekindling Phoenix. Like, at all. And this is pretty much going to die, so I might as well make another token. Make some 5/5s. I don't see myself as a... I might as well attack, actually. It's fine. If they trade with the Azusa, we're fine. They do not. Alright. Interesting they blocked. Does this have haste when it does that? Oh, it does. I was hoping it wouldn't. But I guess the black wouldn't make sense if it didn't come back with haste. I have not activated my commander yet. Opponent is... every turn is really counted their mana, so I don't know what kind of X spell they're like plotting out here. Grumly? What? This is a weird deck. Okay, so there's a good chance that Solemnity 9 Lives works in this matchup, given what we're looking at. Also, if I slowly get myself to a Chroma's Memorial, we have protection from a significant portion of their deck, so it would seem. I don't know how much time I have. Do I sacrifice the Hedron Archive, or do I just not do that? I have some 7/7s in play. You know, that's not bad. So if I swing, they probably just block. Alright, what does this do? Devotion Array. Yeah, I think we just swing. I mean, you know, we're not dead on the crackback, and these are pretty big. Double block? Yeah. That's what we like to see. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they die. They get hit for 7. They get 2 1/1s, I think. Now they get 3 2/2s because this puts counters on them. Maybe if I should have got Solemnity first. No, that seems weird. Alright, so we're going to sacrifice the Skittery Boy because I want to sacrifice something that's 3. I could just sacrifice this, actually. It's totally useless. This can at least chump block or something. This gives us mana, but we're not really doing anything with it. We could put this into play and then bank on finding the other half of this, and then they really have to deal with it. What? No, we're going to just Chromatic Lantern so I can cast something like this, and I can get one of these, probably. I could get this, but a little too slow. I think we have all the mana we need. This could buy us a turn eventually, potentially. If we never find Solemnity. They do have green, but as I've attested, usually don't run more than like 4 naturalized effects. There's not a lot that are like super, super good. You have like Wilt and a couple others. And also this deck seems very fixated on aggression, which is unique to Rada, in my opinion. They also don't swing all out. I don't agree with this. Okay, there you go. These can't block, so you might as well swing. Seems like an easy block here. We take a bunch of damage. We have a 6/6 that can now hold down the fort, kind of. Alright, so if I sacrifice a 5-mana artifact, I'm not sure what I'm getting, but let's find out. I mean a 4-mana artifact, whatever. A 5-mana one. Cataclysmic Gearhulk makes me sacrifice a lot of the... No, this is probably just always right. I feel like this is kind of a no-brainer. I should probably just do this. So choosing a creature. I could choose these two and recast Oswald. That probably makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Yeah, opponent loses their whole board, and we keep probably the two biggest things. The Construct's a little baby boy, but it'll start to regrow again, kind of. I will be sacrificing my own artifacts, so probably not. Maybe it is right to keep Oswald, so we... No, we can recast Oswald. What am I talking about? We can recast him that turn, so we don't actually... He doesn't have, like, Summoning Sickness for a turn cycle. Sweet, we won. We won. Alright. So now we're going to play against kind of something similar. Except this is probably actually land-based. Their Rada deck was, like, aggro that happened to have Azusa in their opener. No white mana. Ooh, no, we can't do that. Portable Hole. I don't like Portable Hole in this matchup, but oh well. It's opponent controls, right? Yeah. So if I play Oswald and I have no targets, I don't have to put my thing under my own thing there. Not sure what just happened. Maybe they kept a one-lander, drew a card, didn't see a land. Maybe they kept a hand with no lands and didn't see one. Maybe they just didn't want to be on the play against me, because they have no answer to Oswald early in blue-green. And on the play, it means I have my commander in play, and they're just playing their second land. So, the cheapness of my commander is... I don't know. I'm just speculating why he would scoop there. Alright, now we do want Portable Hole. We do not want this in hand. Well, we're not super far off from casting it, though. We can find some mana rocks with Oswald, and we have one right here as well. I don't think I play it turn 1, though. I don't think. Authority of the Councils. What? That's weird. Alright. Good thing I don't have many creatures, I guess. Yeah, we'll run this out, because then I can immediately use it. You know what? We're just gonna... Excuse me. We're just going to leave up Fight as one. Okay, it didn't matter. Because they could have, like, Journey to Nowhere or something. This is not going to work, because they have a trillion, bajillion answers to that, unfortunately. Alright, so I can play Inventors Fair and Solemn Lantern, and then I can sack it to get Glass Casket. Glasket. Where are you? Yeah. Get rid of old Chica here. It's funny, you can actually Portable Hole into Glass Casket and deal with their stuff twice. That's dirty. If it's a cheap commander. Oh no! This is not protection, it's just indestructible. Rip. Yep. Alright, so they slowed it down a turn. Not the end of the world. I should say we slowed each other down a turn. Or 2 turns, rather. Day of Judgment. Ooh, you're going to feel real bad about this one. Nope. Alright, so now we can actually run this out, and this is insane here. I feel is insane. Could be wrong. Like, there's O-rings, and their O-ring will just cost 6. It's not like it's really blowing them out here. Yeah, they just play a land next turn, have a Banishing Light's actually just castable as is. It does, you know, it slows them down a bit. But, loses all a bit. Wow, they're actually going for my commander and not the God Pharaoh statue. I don't know if that's right. I feel like it isn't. This is a spot where Encyclopedia would be really good, though. But I don't have it in the deck. This gives me a chance to play the land and maybe win at that point, but Replicating Ring feels more important right now. So we can play this. Can we do anything with this right now? Reveal it and put it in your hand. Can I do this at instant speed? Can I do this at instant speed? Okay, I can. Obviously, I'm going to do that. I don't want my opponents to know what I'm going to get. I don't even know what I'm going to get, actually. Okay, so they found a way to somewhat permanently answer my boy. He's still a legendary, though, so the Mox actually still works. Alright, so we can get another answer to their commander. We can get Meteor Golem to blow up the enchantment under our thing. We can get this to start drawing multiple cards a turn. This to blow up all of their enchantments except one. That's probably the best target. It's probably always the best target, actually. It's kind of weird. I could get this, too, to try to cheat in a bunch of artifacts, like, rapidly. Or this, because I'm taxing pretty much everything they're doing. I don't actually know. We're just going to get the big boy. When in doubt, get the biggest thing in your deck. It also makes my commander a 1/2. It's funny. So I can repeat the old Sawsome. So this sacrifice it, target creature doesn't untap. It has to already be tapped. It's not great. Alright. That's a good thing, I think. Is that good? It's probably good. Alright, that wasn't good. That's really good, because now they can't keep finding things to just cheat into play over and over. Like, they can't continuously loop their stuff. We'll eventually have enough things on this, probably with the proliferate, to make copies of it, but that doesn't... I don't think it does anything. We don't really need mana. Yeah, they can cast one spell a turn. So we're happy with this. We are very happy with that. Opponent might not be... Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, we won? I can't believe we won that. I feel like they had more time than us. Like, they can just cast one spell a turn, and we lose. Because they draw a card every time they do so, and we don't. We have this, right? But, this and this don't play too well together, because if your opponent's on you're forcing them to cast one spell a turn, it doesn't matter how much it costs, they can just pay for it anyways. I think it was extremely strange that they got this and not an O-ring effect to deal with this. Excuse me, this. At the time, you know. Later on, they probably would just deal with this at this point, because it's the only thing drawing me cards. I don't know, this is really weird. Really weird, but we'll take it. I did not feel confident about that. But we did it, wow. Sweet. I'm always scared when someone says good game. Like they're going to cast Cleansing Nova and blow everything up, and then assume that means I'm just going to scoop to it. I probably would, actually, if they Cleansing Nova'd me there. Because everything worth getting is in the graveyard. Unless I really expect Solemnity 9 Lives to work. Or the angel on the land, the angel Book of Exalted Deeds combo thing working as well. Cranko? Oh my. Alright, so we can't rely... This could do something this game. We have no artifacts, though. Ooh, we have no artifacts. This probably won't do anything at all in the game. Seems a little bit slow. Just a little bit slow. But I'm actually going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. What does this do? Okay. Drawbridge? What? Creatures you control gain haste? Okay, well that's pretty good. I think I lead with Birth of Meletis because it's going to give me a 0/4 at some point. And again, I have no artifacts yet, so that don't matter. Oh, there's also that like Snow Angel that makes snowlands come in tapped or something. But the other thing it does is I'm drawing a blank. Hold on. What else does it do? It flips into like that thing where you can only take one or reduce everything that hits you by 1, which in goblins is probably very good against goblins. So do I play this next turn? Probably. What is this? Okay. I think I'm going to block that. To defending player. Okay, I take 1 damage. Cool. They did not draw a land. Alright, so we're probably going to lead with Mystic Forge. Seems like a good idea. And then I'll pass. So I can exile anything? The top card? You may look at the top card anytime. Artifacts and colorless spells. Yeah, I'll probably get rid of this land. We have one in hand. We could kind of just play lands until we get this, but he finds mana rocks. I feel like Cataclysmic Gearhulk is going to be the backbreaker this game, no matter how it pans out. Goblin Barrage. Okay. I feel like killing the 4/4, 0/4 is a little bit better there. Because you'll get more recurring damage that way. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this land though. I think I'm going to get rid of that land as well. I think. Yeah. Okay. So we can play this in my commander. Tapped land. That seems fine. Play this, tap land, and then play my commander. Teferi's Protection's cool. I think it's probably going to be a turn late to defend my Oswald, unless they just go for their commander. Nope, they're just mindlessly afraid of my commander. That's kind of funny. I'm not even sure what I'd do with it, actually, at this point. Exile unless you have the City's Blessing? Of course, they got the City's Blessing. Cool. Alright, so now I basically have to Gearhulk. Could wait a turn, actually, for them to recast Krenko. As long as it doesn't just kill me, and I don't think it does. Ooh, nice. We actually got value off this thing. Look at that. Can I pay 2? No, I can't. I want to leave this up. Can I really want to play a land, though. But I can't. Alright, we're gonna assume we're not dead. We're just gonna bank on not dying here, I think. Oh, hey. And pass. We take 1, 2, 3, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're not dead. If they go for their commander and give it haste. Oh no, we take 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 5. Take 5? Because the Krenko tokens don't attack. Yep. I'm not going to exile this land. So we block here. We take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. That's decent. We'll take that. And then we can Teferi's Protection ourselves and hope that incentivizes them to play a creature. Alternatively, we could just play this now. But I don't want to lose all my stuff just yet. I don't gain 4 off of this unless it sacrifices itself. I think we're going to do this now. Ooh, we can play Karn. And we can leave up protection too. Oh, this is really nice. Do I plus it? Do I minus it? I think I'm actually just going to plus it because the construct is going to die. So I prefer to just do this. Probably should give me the Palladium Myr. Makes more sense. It tasks for more mana, but it's something our opponent can more easily deal with. Yeah, this makes more sense. So I have 3 mana. It has to go into Teferi's Protection or I'm just dead. We have Spires of Orazka to Maze of Ith something. They did not play anything pre-combat to give it haste, which I find strange. And they also don't swing with the Summoner? What? They're playing around Settle the Wreckage? I guess that makes sense. I don't know if I would, though. I really don't think I'd do that. Seems weird. Is it guarantee lethal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's lethal if I block anyways. It's still lethal, so like I guess that makes sense. But if I had like a Swords to Plowshares, right? Like you just didn't do anything. Unattach it, deal 3 damage. Okay. Equipped creature has tap to unattach. Okay, so they put it on the wrong creature. They put it on a tapped creature. It's obviously not what you want to do. Smothering Tithe is not great here. I'm going to lose this to the Cataclysmic Gearhulk, so I might as well just grind now. This is alright. Ujin -3 gets rid of everything. If they have a land, they can recast Krenko, though, because it doesn't get rid of that. The Construct can block something. I don't know. Oh, boy. What is Gearhulk? What are they going to keep? An artifact and a creature and lose everything else? So this is probably always right. I feel like this is just better. So we get rid of... So there's our Planeswalker. So this will be our creature. And then our artifact can be the Mystic Forge. That seems fine. We draw a card off of the Terrarion. We can actually use... We can cast Glass Casket right now. And I'm thinking I don't need more lands in play, so I can always have this as backup. Maybe that's wrong, I don't know. Hopefully they keep this. Oh, well, yeah, hopefully they do keep this, because I'd like to Glass Casket that. Perpetual Haste is pretty good. No, they actually keep their Commander and Hammer. That is very, very all in. And fortunately, we get the blowout. I'm going to play this as a land. And I'm going to pass. But yeah, we got the blowout with that. Opponent just tried to do some crazy stuff. It didn't work. Perforos? Oh, no. That's whenever any creature enters the battle. No, that's the other Perforos. Alright, that one, I can beat that one. I actually think I'm going to exile that. Like right now with Ujin. I'm very threatened by this. You may put a red creature artifact in your hand in the battlefield. Yeah, that seems... Yeah, we're not going to lose to that. So I'm going to immediately make a Construct and sauce him with the beats. Oh, I can actually just Elspeth Conquers Death it. Look at that. It wound up doing something. Isn't that funny? It's wound up doing something. And we can play this to not... Yes! And then we could play this to not die from burn spells and stuff. Right? Because it's all non-combat damage. Which wound up probably being relevant. They only played one. Oh, they played two. This one killed my commander. Which, as we saw here, I think it was wrong to lightning strike the commander. Maybe at the time in the game it was right. But they did that instead of casting Cranko, which basically meant I had an extra turn to sit on this. So I think that was where they made a mistake. Yeah. People are typically a little bit afraid of your commander. And sometimes they get tunnel vision. The old threat assessment, you know, whatever you want to call it. Being scared of Oswald there is kind of questionable. But hey, we're 3-0. I did not expect that. I just slapped this deck together. Well, I mean, I always do that, but a monocolored deck clapping cheek is pretty cool. Especially mono white. I think mono, next to colorless in Historic Brawl, mono white is probably the weakest thing you can do. Although I did go 0-10 with Nissa. So maybe it's mono. No, it isn't mono green. Mono green is definitely very good. Can be. Can be. Not as good as blue green. Or X green. Alright, so we're against the commander. Oh no, this is not. For some reason I thought this is the blue green chick. Just elves. So elves. Makes me not like this hand. Alright, well, we're doing things. Those things are not particularly strong. Oh, cool, they're on the play with the best card in the game. Alright, well, we probably lose. Turn 2 commander. I think I'm actually just going to scoop right now, because that's completely egregious. Really? You have something else to do with it, too? Okay, at least that's useless. It doesn't do anything against me. Nope. Yep, that's the best possible thing ever. Turn 1 Minotaur on the play. I lose. There's no coming out of that. There's no way this is happening. Just get out of that while I can. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I have a bunch of, if anyone plays Diablo 2, I have a bunch of torches I want to get rid of. So, comment on this video if you play Diablo 2. I'll throw you in a raffle, and maybe the next video I'll give it out. And I'll put this notion, this notice deep into the video for those who actually watch more than just the intro. And you have to play Diablo 2, obviously. So it's going to be a pretty small raffle. Pretty small raffle. You probably have like a 75%, maybe even a 100% chance to win. Because you could very likely be the only person. And there's a bunch of torches that are all not sorceress or paladin, because of course. Doing Ubers all the time, and I never get the 2 most valuable ones. God forbid. I got a Necromancer one though, so I'm happy. This is a very long queue. That's strange. Am I stuck? I might just be stuck. I'm just going to re-queue. It's also cool that, like, it's nice that the queue typically is very short. Never really appreciated that. Like, Historic Brawl queue is very quick Very, very quick. Well, usually not right there, but usually is. Yeah, it looks like we were stuck in a loop or something. I don't know. Got lost in the void of servers. Like, it's just so popular. Okay, Tatyova again. 2 lands. Oh, we have 3 lands actually. Compass. We have a sweeper. I think I'm going to keep this on the sweeper here because, yeah, we're just going to do that. Get a snow-covered thing. Yeah, I think I'm done with Diablo 2 now. Kind of just ran out of stuff to do. Doing Ubers on a Paladin or a Fury Druid. And just farming on a Sorceress. Okay, our opponent just didn't do anything, so probably just a counterspell for a commander. Not really interested in having that happen. Oh, it's Growth Spiral. Okay. Growth Spiral on 2 is very good, actually. Because you leave it up, and it's like that early, leaving up mana. That's blue, your opponent's like, oh god, what can this be? Alright, so now they have 1 mana, and then they scooped. I don't know why. Did they make a mistake? I feel like they made a mistake, and realized they made a mistake, maybe? They foretold what I assume is a counterspell. Probably, I don't know. I don't think they would foretell, like, the take an extra turn card this early. Unless they literally had nothing else to do. I think what happened was they played this instead of an untapped land and thought they could cast this counter. Oh, it was! They have to reveal it. They have to reveal it when the game ends. Huh? Because you get banned otherwise, at least in paper Magic. Like Mutate or whatever does that. All the flipped cards, you had to like flip them over to show them what they were before the game over. Or after you scooped. So yeah, they saw it coming. Well, I guess my opponent didn't, but we did. And they didn't have a second untapped source, so they accidentally played this instead of another one. So I'm going to go into my turn 3, probably cast this, and our opponent's upset that they can't counter it. And once it's in play, it's very difficult for them to deal with, because they don't really have a lot of removal. I assume that's what happened. I don't know. I feel like that's exactly what happened, though. The shame concede because they didn't play a 4th untapped. Which is weird because Evolving Wilds could have been played on turn 1, so I assume they drew it later. They had 2 tap lands, right? Yeah. No, I think 2 tap lands and a Growth Spiral they wanted to cast on 2. Yeah, they shouldn't have foretold. If they just didn't foretell their card, they were fine. They just didn't have to foretell it. And the sequence still makes sense. Turn 2, untap source. Your only untap source. So you can Growth Spiral on 2 for a land. Yeah, you get to leave up cancel still that way. You just don't foretell it. So they put themselves in a catch-22 or whatever. We'll take it. Alright, 2 lands. Against Freyalise again. No, we don't want this. Alright, this is a little better. Double Sweeper is alright against elves. Yeah, fine. So I want to get... I think I want to get this in play. Start drawing cards. Or I could just cast Oswald and sacrifice this next turn. Maybe that's better, I don't know. Depends what they do. Alright, Minidork, fine. Think we're gonna... No, we're gonna just run this out and sacrifice it next turn. So we'll just wait. That's fine. I wonder if our opponent trades. Do you think they trade here? I think I would trade, so I'm not gonna let them trade. And now we can get a 4-mana counterspell. I mean, artifact. Okie dokie. Alright, Solemnity 9 lives against elves. They usually have like a little bit more than average disenchant effects. At least I think they do. Solemn Golem seems nice. Mystic Forge is alright, but I think we want to do this for now. Seems better. Get a land. Play a land. So do we Sunset Pyramid or do we Idyllic Tutor? I think we Idyllic Tutor for Smothering Tithe, maybe. Could take this. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. That's good. Because it actually reanimates this. What is this? In the face of an Elspeth Conquer's death? What could this possibly be? Primal Command? I feel like it's not going to be a creature or a permanent. Oh. Okay. Realm Walker? Okay. Elvish Rejuvenator. Sure. Alright, that's fine. Oh wow, they swing. They offer a trade with the Lookout. Oh no, that actually makes sense because I don't want it to die. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of the Realm Walker. What does this do on a Regal Force, which means you just draw a bunch of cards? Alright, so that'll probably draw more cards than the Realm Walker. So we're probably just gonna deal with that then. Kind of not where I want to be, but oh well. Alright, so we'll sacrifice this, and then next turn I can sweep the board before I reanimate the Solemn Golem. So we can get this, right? Because I don't want to get this for now. I don't feel like this is the time for it. Like, at all. Creature, enchantment. I mean, it does blow everything up except the Realm Walker. I don't know if that's any good, though. Let's just do it, because we can always... If something terrible happens, we can actually keep it around. We can reanimate it, right? Like, if it dies. I guess it's not a terrible... They got rid of the Realm Walker for a mana dork. I don't agree with this. You are mono green, so it's not like you're drawing a ton of cards, right? Like you're not... Okay. Are they going to tap it immediately? Okay. Are they going to trade? Like, they have to trade, right? This seems very strange to me. Like, now they just trade, and then I have a Gearhulk for later, and I can Now I can sacrifice the Gear... Like, the Gearhulk dies, I get it back. So you're, like, pinned under this for a turn cycle. But you went all in on recasting your commander. Yeah, this seems incorrect. I think our opponent's realizing that was a little bit of a missequence. Okay, well, we don't have our commander for now. I'm not going to blow up the board for it right away. We're going to just draw a card. It's basically a Mastermind's Tome, or the second copy of one. Really like this card. We can cast one of these. I suppose this one's slightly better. And then I can just run this out. Boop. Alright, your turn. Yeah, that was weird. That was really weird. Really weird. Beast Whisperer. Okay, you found another way to draw cards. I have to deal with this immediately. Alright, so fortunately they put more into play, which makes it even better. We do lose our chain, because we're not going to keep anything around. But that's probably fine. Take action, basic. Boop. And then we can either or, I don't know. Can I recast my commander if I cast this for 4? I have 1, 2, 3. I can. Alright, so I guess I'll swing first. Opponent is probably not going to block, because those are some pretty spicy elves. Yeah. Then we blow up the board. Recast our commander. Draw a card, whatever. I can leave up Cloud Shift? Should I? Leave up Cloud Shift? What could they possibly do to this that I don't want them to? No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to play this and pass. We can actually cast this for 2 4/4s. I don't know if that's any good, but we can. Yep, see now our opponent's kind of doing the draw cards instead of play their commander strat here. Oh, and they also get a Manador, probably just to cast it here. Kind of a little bit of a desperation move. Yeah, or just they were done. So we actually outvalued in a mono green elf deck. We drew... Did we draw more cards than them? 81s. We did. We saw more cards than them. I finally activated this for the first time in my life. Well, digitally. On paper, I love this. Just for some reason, I find this satisfying. So we drew more cards than them. We we saw more cards. I wouldn't say we drew more, but it's kind of the same, right? Got a bunch of lands off of this. Yeah, we got this twice. We got this. We got this getting this, which wound up being really good. This blew up their stuff. Oswald. What did our opponent do this game? So like the biggest turn. Yeah, I don't know that. I think that's where they should have kept this with the Cataclysmic Gearhulk. It was that turn sequence where like they kept this, and then they replayed this, and put the elk thing on him, and none of that whole turn sequence was just, it could have been better. Like, imagine they had Realmwalker in play and had pretty good elves on the top to play off the top instead, and just did that. Yeah, I don't know, those weird, especially with the elk enchantment, whatever, it draws you a card, so you get like 2 looks at the top of your deck to find good things. I don't know, this is very strange. Very strange. We'll take it though. Alright, so what are we, 6-1? Something like that. I think the only game we lost is the one I scooped because I turned 1 on the play Lenore Elves and they just started going out of control, and we had a tap Lantern too. Okay, so hopefully this is the Voltron version, or the all-in deck that I saw last time, where they just go all in on their commander and put a bunch of auras and stuff on them. We are going to cast you. So now we have the Portable Hull Glass Casket combo. Hopefully it does something. Hopefully that thing is pretty good. Alright, we do not have it anymore. I think I'm going to not complain about that too much. I think we're fine for now. Doing other things. Because we can just blow up the board. They also have to find a... Oh, this is Menace. Okay, I was about to say, they have to find a way to make me not just block it. But this can't be blocked like that. What on... Beginning your upkeep, create a 1/1, then put a counter on each creature you control. So that's actually pretty good. A Karnstruck token seems really good here. And I feel like I want a Portable Hull at the same time. So I think I'm going to. Yeah, let's lead with this first. I almost want to Portable Hull the Arcane Signet, but no, we're going to do this. Hopefully that's all they do next turn. And hopefully they have a, I don't know, removal spell or something maybe. Oh, they don't. So it was a protection spell they had, I guess. Because it stopped holding priority. What is this? -2 whenever that many... Okay. A Johnny. Ooh, this is a weird deck. I like what's going on right now. This is spicy. Unfortunately, it's not good enough, as this token is big. And then I'll run this out, so it's very difficult for them to play Magic. I'll try to kill a Johnny. They basically have to block. It makes sense not... Wait, what? Why wouldn't you just block? It's just a -2. You just remake it, right? And the Johnny stays at 1, and this is dead. Like, it's kind of the same, except the Johnny's not dead. I don't know. I don't get it. They mortify a Karnstruck. You always like to see that, let me tell you. Maybe they just really want this ultimate, but I feel like I can actually beat this ultimate, honestly. Alright, let's see what's under this. Maybe I can't, I don't know. That'd be something. Alright, fortunately I didn't draw a land, otherwise obviously I could just blow that up. Your opponent's like dead set on not letting that die. Oh well. So I guess they have a ultimate. Oh, I should have plussed first. I would have found the land, dude. Oh wait, no, I did find the land. I'm an idiot because we have the floating mana. I'm dumb. All right, we win. Yep, get wrecked. Oh, that was good. That was good. I like that. That was a cool game. That was a cool game for how short it was. Opponent. So the not blocking here doesn't make any sense. Like you just block with the 3/3, and then you make another one. Ajani is still alive, and you still do the same thing, right? Except this is a 3/3 instead of a 4/4 because it's the new token, and you didn't do it twice in the same one. They really tried to get this ultimate. Maybe it was wrong to not swing at it first. Maybe I should have. But that ultimate is beginning of your combat. You get a 1/1 soldier and then put a counter on everything. It takes a while for that to start to do anything crazy. You get a token, you maybe cast your commander, they get some counters. It's not indestructible or anything, so sweepers still reset the board. And it takes a while for you to outsize my constructs. And there's a chance I don't even care. Mortify's out of the way, so maybe 9 lives. Solemnity is up for debate now. They're losing life to the God Pharaoh statue. Everything costs a bunch of mana. Yeah, I don't know. Not blocking there was strange. But we'll take it. Nice. That was great. Alright, this deck is pretty good. It's pretty good. And it's very fun. It's pretty fun. I'm pretty sure this commander sees playing modern now. There's like a modern deck with Oswaldy boy. If it didn't cost $600 to play modern, I suppose I would play. Maybe one day, when I'm a rich and famous streamer, I can afford to play modern and not just rent out decks. I do have a Magic Online account. I played Modern Walls, and I played Pauper. Actually, if I did play Magic Arena, I'd play so much Pauper. Oh my god, I would just play Pauper. I don't think I'd play Modern. I think I would just play Pauper all day. I love Pauper. And not because it's cheap. Well, yes, but it's also, I just like the card pool. It's like budget, it's like super Omega Giga budget Legacy, kind of. Do we like this? I think we like this hand. We're against Heliod. That is really cool. I am excited for this, actually. We're against Heliod. So we're both mono white, and we're both playing very different mono white decks. Opponent plays a Sorceress Wand. Oh my god. This is gonna be crazy. What does this do? It's 1 damage if this creature is a wizard. So if you equip the wizard, it deals 2. I feel like there's a combo here. I'm sniffing a combo. Sniffing a combo here. Okay, maybe Palladium Myr was better that turn cycle, but I didn't do that. Glass Casket will probably have to deal with this because every tick this gets a counter, and it doesn't have Defender. It can start beating me to death. Deals damage, so you can tap to deal damage. I don't know if there's a way for them to untap it to loop with a lifelink creature to continuously give it infinite counters. I feel like that's why they're running it, but I could be wrong. Alright. So they just slowed us down his turn. That's fine. It's weird people like to do that. Especially on a turn where you can just simply recast it. I've always found that strange. Because I don't think... I mean, there's some tempo in it. I mean, it's entirely tempo, obviously, but I don't know if it's something I'd like to do myself here. So we'll just run this out first. I don't think it matters which one I sacrifice. I guess this one's a little bit better to sacrifice, so we'll do that. I don't even know what we're getting here. I'm just looking. Probably a mana rock. Light of Hope, you gain 4 life. What? Okay. I need an adult? I don't know what just happened. Okay, so we can go get a land. It's probably fine, right? Like, we just get a land here. I like that. I agree with this. We had one in hand, but this one lets me keep up mana. You know what? Maybe I should just run this one out. I could try to just play Palladium Myr. It's not really doing anything, and I'm all in now if I do that. I think we're fine. I think it's fine. It's not the end of the world if they have a sweeper. And there's a chance they just don't run sweepers. Because it is a creature-based deck. I assume it's a creature-based deck. Oh, this is hilarious. I love this. Diamond Mare? Oh my god. Okay, so every time you cast a white spell, I gain a life. Alright, so now they got the big sauce boy in play. They got one of like the 3 effective Ajani's Primates you can run. Which is going to be problematic. Hit me with the ram. Sauce me. Oh, man. Alright, so we can cast this and maybe our opponent just scoops. I feel kind of bad. I don't want the game to end that way, but I think I'm going to do that. It's kind of unfortunate. I wanted to see how this game pans out. This has to be right, right? This just has to be right. I lose 1 permanent. Yeah, no, this just has to be the right card. Just -3. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of lame. That's unfortunate. I liked whatever my opponent was doing. They seemed excited. I was getting excited. I think the counter is better than 4 life. Almost always. You know, I'm a mono white not beating you to death deck. They should have put a counter. Or just kept it for a long time and banked on me playing an enchantment at some point. Which is entirely possible. Yeah, they just started getting this online. I feel like they would have scooped to a sweeper, actually, as well. But I assume they also have no answer to Ujin, which is strange that they would... Again, another person who's very scared of your commander early, and they just did this instead of anything else when I'm going into a turn where I can simply recast it. Like, 2, then 3, then 4. Like, it just doesn't do much there. If you can't capitalize on the tempo, I don't agree with it. You might just have to accept your losses and do something else, and just accept that this may activate once or twice or whatever. Like as they saw there, I simply just got a Skittering Surveyor. It wasn't like I did anything insane with it anyways. But yeah, I like my opponent's deck there. I don't know what's going on with that wand. I don't know what's going on with that wand, but I wish I could find out. I assume it's some kind of combo. It just works with lifelink creatures because it gets a counter from... Oh, I think it works with every creature because Heliod gives your creature lifelink, so you can just tap it to ping and it gains life that way or something like that, right? Like so. But unless it has a way to untap over and over, I don't see the point. Because at that point, the equipment might as well be something that just gains you a life, like the fountain, right? Like this does the same thing. Without having to pay for it, and then when you don't need it anymore, you can replace it. Because that wand... yeah, it does the same thing the wand does. You also don't even have to tap your creature, right? Like, you can just not do that. And I doubt they had any wizards. They were a mono white deck. I don't know, that was weird. But as tradition stands, typically the last game is always the most interesting. The conclusion was uninteresting in my opinion, but cool deck. I like this deck a lot. Uh, I just slapped it together. I assume most of what this list is typically really stapled in here. I'm sure there's some of these that are not played at all. I don't know if Spare Supplies is played. It's, you know, it's just kind of weird, but hey, it works, right? We never got to see Esper Sentinel, unfortunately. Crafted it for the deck, and I never got to see it. But certainly very good. Same with Smothering Tithe, if you ever find yourself actually casting it. The 9 Lives Solemnity, from what we saw, for the most part, would have worked if we got it into play. If we're relying on it, it means the game's going longer than it otherwise would have. So, I should say longer than what we saw it last. So, there's always a chance your opponent just, in a draw go scenario, will eventually find an answer to at least Solemnity. So, I don't know. Take that as you will. The Book of Exalted Deeds is probably just a better version of this, but it requires a land, and the land is difficult to get. Your commander has this part covered, but the land one is annoying. Because there's only like one land, and there's really no way to get it without a hard tutor from like black cards, which we can't run. But yeah, I like this deck a lot. It's fun. I think we only lost one game, which is cool. I would advise this. If you have an itch for monocolored commanders, this is certainly one that works. Especially in mono white, which I think is the worst monocolored strategy. Because I'm trying to think. Yeah, all the other ones do something. Like blue can draw cards and has universal counter spells, right? So it has quote unquote answer to everything because it counter spells. Green can draw a bunch of cards, can ramp into big things. Red can beat you to death pretty quickly and reliably, and there's multiple ways to do that in mono red. You have like Mogda the dwarf, you have Cranko goblins, you have the other dwarf that doubles the damage of all your spells and stuff, your red sources. And yeah, what's the other color? What's the color I'm missing? Black. Mono black has tutors, a ton of removal, usually some big wacky spells that swing the game, and the tutors are kind of the big one. You always just find like the best cards for every situation. Phyrexian Arena, you know, stuff like that. And then mono white just kind of sits there and looks at you, you know? It just sort of gives you the old stare down and you feel kind of bad because that's all you did. But in this way, you can, with a commander with infinite tutors, that's pretty good. It's only for a certain type of card, but, you know, in regular EDH, I'm sure this is really good because you can play the best artifacts ever printed across the 14,000 cards that exist. So I actually think there's probably a combo here. Like you just turn 3, you know, you play them turn 2, turn 3, activate them, get a 1 or 2, and then that 2 untaps him and gives you a mana and loop, loop, loop till you win. I'm sure that's out there somewhere. I feel as though it is. If not, we're like super close to getting artifacts that allow us some egregious nonsense. But yeah, those super fun. Won every game except the one I scooped, basically. And yeah, thanks for watching. Deck list will be down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.